Get a free CGB Shark token when you use the promo code CGB5 at checkout on any order at CoolStuffInc.com. That's promo code CGB5 at CoolStuffInc.com. And a big thank you to them for sponsoring my channel. You're cool. Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, I'm really excited to bring to you, yes, a deck with treasures, but more importantly, a deck with skeletons. This is my skeletal swarming take on Golgari Treasure. And I only found 2 green cards I wanted for sure to include in the deck. One is Binding the Old Gods to be able to do our Kaya the Inexorable impression and just remove about anything that gets in our way. And 2 is the name card of the deck, Skeletal Swarming. Let's take a closer look. Skeletal Swarming, 3 and a black-green enchantment. Each skeleton you control has trample, attacks each combat. If able, gets plus X plus O, or X is the number of other skeletons you control. At the beginning of your end step, create a tapped 1/1 black skeleton creature token. If a creature died this turn, create 2 instead. So, people are pretty hyped about this card, just being able to make a consistent growing skeleton army and run the opponent over. We've seen some pretty absurd board states with a ton of skeletons, and they're 9/1s with trample. And another, is it a good win con? It kind of reminds me of Outlaw Merriment, but it's a little bit faster than that, maybe a little bit better. And I think if there's a shell to make it work, it's got to be something like this, along the lines of like treasures with some kind elements of board control, but also some elements of disruption. And then this can just take over the game if the opponent doesn't answer it for a couple of turns. So, to build around it, we have the treasure package that you know and are growing to hate because, as many people letting me know on Twitter, that this is all over the ladder now. My co-host of the ArenaCraft podcast, Arjuna, is frustrated by it, but we're going to play it until I unveil what I think is the way to beat it. We're going to see about that. But yeah, the Shambling Ghast, Eye Twitch, Deadly Dispute, Skullport Merchant group. Also, 2 copies of Lolth kind of joining that group, left over from the Mono Blacklist I played a few days ago. And then another package that I'm working on. These are cards that I don't think were good in last standard. Playing cards that force the opponent to discard a card. They're always super popular with a certain crowd, but they're not very good. We call them rats. That's Acquisitions Expert. And this is one of the best rats ever printed. 2 mana, 1/2, and you sometimes get some selection if you have another creature type on the battlefield. So it's a really good card, but it just hasn't been good in an Eldraine meta. Cards like Adventures just make this card advantage you would gain from this look really bad. But maybe now in this meta, it's a little bit better. And I also have Inscription of Ruin, which is kind of a nice combo with it, and a kicker card that scales into the late game. And I think in this meta, and especially in decks like this that make a lot of treasure and slow the game down, kicking Inscription of Ruin to gain a huge amount of mid-game value might be a serious play. So we're trying out these cards in the deck. And after that, of course, you know the Blood in the Snow and how it works with these babies. And then in the mana base, I have 4 copies of Hive of the Eye Tyrant and 4 copies of Faceless Haven. Faceless Haven has a sweet trick where it is all creature types, so it's also a skeleton, so you can turn it on even in combat to pump your other skeletons. Just something to keep in mind with Skeletal Swarming, since the plus X is equal to the number of skeletons you control. Otherwise, in the mana base, we only have 8 green cards I wanted to run, so we don't need too many green lands. And that's why you see that we still have 4 copies of Hive of the Eye Tyrant. So I'll give you one tip. About beating these treasure decks right now. Hive of the Eye Tyrant exiles cards out of the graveyard, and if we've learned something, Blood in the Snow bringing things back is long-term, super problematic. One of the reasons that the black-white version is probably best is Kaya and Vanishing Verse just exile everything, so you have trouble getting things back. The other versions without the white cards, they struggle with this, but Hive of the Eye Tyrant is something you can just put in your black creature package and just go over there and exile their planeswalkers and exile their creatures, while also dealing them damage and trying to get the game over with. So that's one hint I'll give you about destroying these types of decks. And then in the sideboard, I've got you know, a Necrotic Fumes, which I still don't think is a very good card, but what the heck. A Containment Breach, a Confront the Past to pick off some opposing Planeswalkers, Mascot Exhibitions, Environmental Sciences, because those are the ones we really want. Hopefully we don't run out of them. It seems to tilt people when I make learn boards that are just 2 cards, Environmental Sciences and Mascot Exhibition. It seems to genuinely create so much comment interaction. I'm not saying you guys are wrong, but one thing that gets monotonous when you're playing with a lot of learn cards is building the same learn boards over and over. So don't be surprised if I try some different learn boards from time to time. All right, today's video is dedicated to No Kid Hungry Charity, which is not a YouTube member. It's an event that I'm playing in, and this is taken from my Twitter profile. But on Wednesday, I am taking a shift at 6 p.m. Eastern my time and trying to raise money for the No Kid Hungry Charity Relay Race to Mythic. All of us will be using one new, fresh account, all these content creators, and handing off every 4 hours and try to get it to Mythic in 24 hours. And as you see, I've got some really cool people around me. Raph Levy is the organizer. Dude he's played in more Pro Tours than anyone. He's of a Hall of Famer, like MPL. He should be, if you know a name in Magic, he's a good one to know, man. Raphael Levy. And then, of course, my friends, MTG Nerdgirl, Jeff Hoogland, MTG Goldfish, Jana Amari Bloody, Jim Davis, Reduke, Legend, who you know from YouTube, CGB representing, taking the handoff from Legend, trying to beat the guy who's been Mythic for more time than anybody else in the history of MTG Arena, Rumty. He's been #1 Mythic longer. He's held that rank longer than anybody in history. I guarantee it. And Caleb, Gab, and Raph on the night shift. So come out and check that out. And if you guys want to support the charity, there will be instructions for how to do that. There will be more information as we get close to the event on my Twitter and in my Discord. So follow me in either or both of those to make sure that you find out when I go live and get a link to the channel. And please, if I can create like a way for you guys to donate without showing up at the stream, like through a video, I will do that. So look forward to that in a future video. And yeah, I really hope to see you on Wednesday. I would love a lot of support and, of course, raising money for a good cause. Now let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. All right, let's see what the ladder has for us today. On the play, Dispute Merchant. Kind of slow, but it's fine. 2021 isn't too fast, and we're on the play. Is it gonna happen? Are we gonna play against our own nonsense? Let's find out. Oh, Elderfang Disciple. Let's discard one of these lands. All right, a little mono black, kind of control-y. I don't know. Let's slow roll the Merchant. Try to have other treasures and stuff going on the board so we have things to sacrifice when we play it. And the mana to sacrifice things. Seji Witchy. Okay. How aggressive are you? Not very. Let's make the treasures. Probably hit another land off this anyway. Ooh. Well, they're mono black, right? So swarming should just go the distance. Let's just get it down. They make a few creatures, no big deal. We'll kill them later. So, I mean, I guess that'll create some pressure for a while. Deadly Dispute right away. Let's see what the opponent can do with their Witch. This card is explosive and is strong. We'll see how it stacks up to swarming. This is like a grudge match of the token generators. Who can do it better? 2 Deadly Disputes, that's a ton of cards. We're gonna have to kill this thing. We're gonna have to kill you. So this says, at the beginning of your end step, create a skeleton token if a creature died this turn. Well, we can do that. Opponent might block here, that's fine too. Skeletons attack every turn if able. Let's get in there with Eye Twitch as well. The opponent, we attack first because our opponent may not want to block, because that triggers, you know, that the double skeleton thing. But I think a lot of people still don't know that. The card isn't seeing a ton of play. Other creators have made some YouTube videos. Boom. 2 skeletons. And as you see, once you have 2, they're 2/1s. I love that binding ramps you so that your Skullport merchants do so much work in the late game. And you get to, of course, have all the mana you need to cast all the fun with Haven. No! Oh! Alright, so I theorized in the deck tech that this card might be good now. Our opponent's still in a lot of trouble, though. I wonder if they have a way to kill the Haven. Oh, they're just gonna step right up and go for Crippling Fear. Oof, indeed. Let's go straight to the mascot exhibition. Pretty lucky to draw land there. So that the exhibition gets out of our hand in case they have another discard element. Now all their discard effects, like Elderfang Disciple, are just going to miss, as we have no hand. Well, that's rude. The witch is back. So do you think they want to block Haven? It'll have Trample. All right, they don't know we have a Hive, so let's just see if they want to take that. Also, of course, it will, if they block it and kill it, we get 2 skeletons instead of 1. Pretty good deal. Opponent has a ton more cards than we do, but we've got creature lands and the swarming on board. Who will win? The Crippling Fear and the Blood on the Snow. And now a Professor Onyx. Okay, then. Let's see. I guess attacking Professor Onyx could go well. Let's see if they can find a 1-mana spell. So that they can make a pest to help defend.
Come on, there's gotta be something useful.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Alright, what do we draw? Well, it's not a binding, is it? So if we power up the Menace, we can still activate a Haven to give this a boost and some trample, but we can't attack with it, right? No, it's 4. We can, right? Power up. Yeah. I've been scarred so badly by the auto tapper when it comes to Faceless Haven that I am now extra careful at all times. All right, what don't we want them getting back? I guess this. There's Trample. Do they know about the Trample? Nice. And now we get 2 skeletons. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. It's all coming together. We don't need cards in our hand. We just need an endless board presence. That's just swarming harder and harder every turn. I think if you expected a very, very aggressive meta, you could run Crippling Fear in my deck. Just name Skeleton. But I think that you have to be sure you're hitting a lot of things. There's the Blood. Back comes the Onyx. Wish I could have exiled that. No, we've already been to Witherbloom College. Thanks, though. All right, so if we draw a land, we do the same thing we did last turn. Lolth. Hello, Lolth. All right, if they kill the Haven here, if they have a removal spell for the Haven, we're in trouble. But I haven't seen any instant speed removal from them. So I think it's worth taking a shot here with the Haven. Just putting her in range. And here's the Spideys. Dude. You can't hold out forever. You might have a deck just of nothing but Onyx and... Oh, it's... this card. Let's see. They Soul Shatter me. That means they get my Planeswalker. Ah, God, I hate... Ugh. You. How could you? Okay.
Do what I demand.
Opponent is like, I did it. I tear gridded my... I tear gridded, Mom. Are you proud of me? Okay. All right, where do you go? I mean, if they defend Lulth, do we care? We can power through Lulth, right? All right, so if this goes here, why did that also attack? I know it must attack. I'm trying to figure out where it goes, okay? They don't want to block this. And it's hard to block these. Well, if I attack Lulth with both of these, Lulth dies. All right. So, we do that. Come on! I guess they don't want to block this, so we make sure that hits there. If they double block... If they just straight block here, and then they go block here, they have to double block here to save it. And then if we attack with this and they double block there, it really sucks, so I guess we want to make that awkward. Yeah, if they block 4-5 and 2-1, they kill the Hive. They're pretty happy about that, right? Maybe I'm not supposed to attack with the Hive at all. Maybe that was a bad power-up. Not that I have anything else to do with the mana. I don't. All right, this kills Lulth for sure. Is this dead for sure? If they block here and they double block here, this lives. All right. Seji, out. I don't know if they realize, but the Haven is probably going to be a killer combined with the skeletons eventually. Yep, you want to put Tergrid there? No, that menace, man. That menace will get you. Am I dead? I might be dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead if they see it. If they block, I'm not dead. Yeah, dead to a counterattack. Do they find it? Do they know? I actually didn't realize my life total got low. I don't know when that happened, to be honest. Opponent fighting with Menace. Scrapping with Menace here. Oh my goodness. Come on, come on, don't see it, don't see it, don't see it. Come on, blocks. Just blocks. Easy blocks. No, don't do it. Don't back off on me. Yes, yes, there you go. Yes, good. Yes, this is fine. This is fine. Oh my gosh. Like, this is some of the most suspenseful blocking I can remember. This is some seriously suspenseful blocking. No, 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 don't back out. Don't back out. Don't do it. Oh, they're messing with me now. Okay, they're going after the Haven. That's fine. No, no, do not pull the Tergrid back. No. No, this is good. This is good. We need this. Just don't see that you have lethal. I didn't see it. Maybe you won't either. Okay, we're doing damage, baby. We're doing damage.
If anyone needs my return, I will. Subservience will be rewarded.
And now we don't have anything the opponent can make a sacrifice or discard to make Tergrid good, so that's nice too. Blame. Sorry. Such a bad CGB. Gosh, is that their third one? That's so broken. Look how many more cards they've seen than us. But now they have to stand against the skeletal horde. And they scoop! They went from having lethal if they had seen it to scooping. Oh man. I got so lucky. Deadly Dispute, Merchant, Swarm. On the draw is way worse than on the play with this hand, because we might not get to dispute anything, our Merchant might die, and then Swarming we might be too far behind. I'm going to keep it anyway. I don't think I'm actually going to mulligan because I said all that. Come on now. We're going to keep it. All right, a defensive card is nice. A cheap creature would have been better, but a defensive card is nice. Here comes Mono Green. Looks like turn 2 is going to be nothing. That really hurts. I feel like we have to draw blood in the snow this game. I feel like that's the only way. Like, if we spend next turn using Inscription on the pack leader and they just have another creature, it's so bad for us. But if we play Skullport and they just Blizzard Brawl our Merchant, like, that's terrible too. So I guess this is the play. I don't really want to ramp my opponent, so let's take out the card advantage gainer. And just take a beating from this troll. Next turn we can play Merchant, then if they try to Blizzard Brawl it, we can sack it to Deadly Dispute. Hopefully we draw blood in the snow and play a Magic game. Otherwise we went second to green, they played awesome creatures. We played Skeletal Swarming, which is my main concern with this card, and why I think it's probably bad at the end of the day, to be honest. Alright, does that change anything? Like, playing this and then sacrificing it doesn't really achieve much. I guess this ramps a bit more, and we can double Deadly Dispute, right? Can we? Not quite. Yeah, it just doesn't do much. At least when they Blizzard Brawl this... Yeah, they don't have to Blizzard Brawl this. Playing both, like, there's no point, from what I can see. We need to cast a Deadly Dispute and hit a Sweeper. Yeah, they're going to snap that off. They're like, oh, it's a creature. I love killing creatures. It makes me feel in charge. Do you feel in charge? Well, I'd feel a lot better if I had a Blood in the Snow. Down to 4. Skeletal Swarming, actual meme here. Block here for 1/4, assuming we can block. There's still another 4. How do we absorb it? I guess we sacrifice the Shambling Ghast -1/-1. Definitely dead to another Blizzard Brawl, though. Ooze. Is that lethal? Think so? Of course, of course, of course. Of course. Why wouldn't they have to? Ghast, Inscription, Swarming, weird hand, on the draw. Weird hand. It's just broken up into these pieces, and I'm not sure, but we'll try it out. I guess on the draw, Shambling Ghast is one of the cards you want. It's going to be my 3rd straight mono green if it is mono green. Okay. Man, people tell me that my treasure decks are all over the ladder. I never play them. In Mythic, all people play is mono green. All right, we have to sacrifice this to Deadly Dispute, so I'm afraid we have to take this hit. Also feels like the opponent has a Snakeskin Veil. They're trying to set me up. But we'll block it this turn and see if they, you know, go for that Snakeskin Veil, because if we can Deadly Dispute and get a Snakeskin Veil out of them, we'll be happy. All right, they play a pack leader. Subscribe to the Wolf Pack. Ow! Ow! However, Sniper Wolf does that. That's the YouTuber my wife likes to watch. Sniper Wolf. All right. Kill the Ghast. Cool. What's the play, everybody? We're probably going to Blood on the Snow this eventually. We could slam the Swarming here. Oh, man. We could slam the Swarming. But then what do we do next turn? Inscription, Ghast, I guess. If I don't play the Swarming, they're going to give me crap. They're going to give me crap for not having any machismo. Let's go. Let's frickin' go. We are the beatdown. Our opponent has pack leaders, Sentinel, and they're playing the aggroiest aggro deck in the format. And we're saying, you know what? I'm just going to make some tapped skeletons and have to attack every turn if able. And I'm the beatdown here. That's what this play is screaming, and it's hilarious. I don't care what none of y'all say. That's funny. Harriet. They're laughing at me, guys. They're laughing at me right now. They're like, this is the most pathetic attempt to defeat me. All right. Let's get them. They might not block because they don't want me to get 2 skeletons. If they know how the card works, most people have never read it and don't bother. They just block. Which is too bad, because in this case I plan to kill something anyway, so I plan to get double skeletons anyway, but I prefer they not, you know? I'd prefer they read the card and then not block. Alright, good news is this will make a treasure we can wrath next turn. It thinks we still have to impact the board here, so let's destroy the pack leader because it draws cards. Skeletons! Yeah. Yeah. How you like them apples? I don't know. Maybe we play Lolth. We don't have enough snowlands to get back Lolth, though, when we blood on the snow. So, that's pretty bad. It's frickin' chariots and their cats, man. Enough is enough, and it's time for a change. This person's probably playing on mobile. Their rhythm is so off. It's like so deliberately slow. It feels like they're playing on an old iPhone. I wonder why they didn't attack with this. They, I guess, must have 5 mana to use here. Hopefully it's something that Blood in the Snow sweeps up. My opponent right now. Not their iPhone. Resolves. That's what they're going through right here. Are we inscriptioning? Okay. Well, no wonder that took a while. Inscription's freaking hard to resolve. Yeah, well, take this. Time to establish dominance. Brawr! I'm the beatdown, like I said. The troll! It's the troll. I feel trolled. Do you feel trolled? Are you going to power that up? Because I'm going to hit you really hard if you do that. Opponent does not give a fox. All right, I'll make another treasure. I'm cool with this. I think if we can absorb 4 with this, that's a great idea before it gets like removed as a blocker. Because we could have taken that. I just don't think it's the play. All right, can they kill me next turn? I'm at 15. I don't think so. Let's do this. We came here to make skeletons, chew bubblegum. You know this joke. We are all out of bubblegum. 7 1s with trample. How could this happen? Opponents, like, what? How? I can't lose to this. I was on the play. My opponents, we just slammed it on turn 3, took 1 billion damage, and said, let's go. Oh yeah, you attack. You come get some. I'm waiting for your mono green sweeper effect. Green has everything else. It must have one of those. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. On the play, binding spam. Let's do it. What could go wrong? We just need to draw something to play on turn 3 and another land. Hey! It's not mono green. If we had played mono green again, it would have been the 4th straight time. And then I would have to officially upgrade it to mono red status. I would have to sing a song. Wow. Turn 1, Den of the Bugbear. Acquisitions Expert Bag, Starnheim Unleashed? That's wild. Have an eye twitch. I don't know if these bindings are going to be any good. Our opponent, I don't know what they're doing here. Never mind, they're fine. Our opponent does, in fact, play 3-drop permanents. So, which binding would you like? That's a good draw, I think. Let the beatdown commence. These are going to be sweet because they get us the lands to kick the inscription. They get us the lands to pay for the elite spellbinder. It's good stuff. Do we want to blow up Paladin class with another binding? They know about this binding. But we also have another one after this. Let's attack, see what they do. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Paladin class is annoying. At some point, it's an issue. Let's take it out. Our opponent has a lot of cards. They missed a land drop, right? So they probably have some good stuff. But I think just sitting on this isn't going to do us too many favors. Skyclave Apparition. I need a way to get this Acquisitions Expert in the graveyard. They don't know about the inscription, though. Maybe they won't play around it. And this has Death Touch, so they won't block it this turn. Has Death Touch. Okay. And then we swarm them. See if they have an answer to this in their deck. I found that Elspeth Conquers Death is a card I just tremendous... Oh, that sucks. Elspeth Conquers Death is a card I really missed in white because all of a sudden, like a 5-mana Planeswalker enchantment or more is just really hard to remove. They have like Portable Hole and Skyclave Apparition. They don't even have Banishing Light. Like these kind of things are not easy for white decks to get rid of. So this is now going to cost 9 to kick, but we're close. The binding can do it. All right, skeletons, let's go. I'm guessing this other Foretold card is either a Doomscar or a Starnheim, so got to be prepared for that. This inscription, though, is looking really good. Showdown? Okay. Showdown in a deck where most of your cards cost 3 or more. It creates some clunky moments, and I think we're going to see that firsthand. If we remove this, do they die? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we find a Faceless Haven, right? They might die? If I hold it for one more turn, though, we get to kick it. And I love to kick it. But I should probably just make sure my opponent's dead. Or close to dead, right? They're going to block here. They need a Doomscar next turn. If they just play these creatures, they lose. Let's be aggressive. Swarm, baby. Swarm. Swarm. It was a Starnheim. Are we on the play? Nope. This hand might be too slow. I don't know, man. There's a lot of small cards we could draw. There's one. Nice. That's not bad. All right. Mono green. They broke it up. We got another opponent for a second there, but we are 4 out of 5 on mono green today. Do we want this block? Do we really want this block? There might be a Mammoth to block. What do we get? Nothing too useful right now. Like, we can't ramp. It's not a shambling ghast. We can't just make a treasure, so. Yeah, perfect draws draw perfect. We don't have a blood in the snow. How do we get there? And if I play a merchant, I guess I can block a pack leader, but they're just going to kill it. All right. We need to cast this Deadly Dispute and try to get closer, at least closer, to a blood on the snow. Oh, can I just take a moment to say that I still haven't been on the play against any of these green decks? Just putting it out there. Just saying. Just saying. This matchmaker, this shuffler. Some days it's just rigged, man. It's just out to get you. And there's no amount of perseverance that can get you by. It's hard out here. All right, so Binding, we still can't play that because we never drew a land. We could have like played it, but then we'd have missed our land drop for the turn, which I think is kind of like conceding. I think if I play this and it dies, I can still Deadly Dispute and draw into Blood on the Snow. So let's go for it. No land drop. They might be planning to trample this. If they do, I guess that's fine. Let's try this again. No blood on the snow. Down to 11. It's looking bad for you, boy. Not over yet, but not looking good at all. A little more life. Necrotic Fumes. Yeah, we'll probably need this at some point. Better just take it. I mean, if you were going to do that, just play that and you didn't level it up, so we draw the blood on the snow. So they have Snakeskin Veil, right? That's what they're screaming at us, that they run Snakeskin Veil. Do we go for this? I feel like we do, right? I mean, we could play Lulth, make some blockers, try to survive another turn, but we're just going to take so much pressure, and the opponent's not going to overextend anyway. They're gonna big brain this. They also can make this troll on end step, which is really tilting. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe they're trying to troll us on end step. But they only have 4 lands, so if they sacrifice a land to do that, I'm okay with it. Neat sound effects. All right. I think we have enough eye twitch action. Let's grab the gas because it can make mana. Man, I think they are going to sacrifice this. That would be huge. I mean, if they're on 3 lands, I think we have a really good chance. And we're on 11 life. Okay, they find another land. Still, like, that's a lot. Oh, we brawling at last. Okay. Okay. Let's create that treasure token. Yeah, I still think they have Snakeskin Veil. Let's find out. Oh, Inscription? Okay. And yeah, it does look like they still have a Veil. So, Maybe we need to get rid of our eye twitch. We can make a lot of toughness with the merchants. But I'm wondering if we have to gain life, right? Or how do we play around this veil? Maybe we just need to do it. Yeah, we can't afford to keep missing land drops, so we'll take the block. We'll absorb 1 damage. We'll go down to 5. We'll go get... what? The life gainer? We could also get a mascot exhibition, but we don't have the mana to play it. Gain a little life. Just gain a little life. This is on 6. They can activate it, go to 7, but if we absorb any amount of damage, we live. How are we going to get this out of their hand? How are we going to get the veil out of them, though? That's the question. Play this. Play this. Not a perfect solution, but it can block for another turn, and maybe they'll play the Veil to kill both of them. Maybe. Rude? Okay, Inscription. Okay. It might be tapped out here. Hopefully they still have a Veil in hand. So it just sits there for a minute. We also have to beat this Hydra, but we're at 4, and they can't... Let's see, they can make it a 3. If they draw land, they can win. But I don't have another line. These Skeletal Swarmings, man, they're not looking great. So they need untapped land to win. Let's see if they can do it. Oh, wait, that's 3? Ah, son of a... All right, let's see what we would have drawn here. If we had hit a 1-drop, I should have played it. I mismathed. I forgot about the Ranger class or something. The 3rd Skeletal Swarming. All right, you guys can see, right? Are you getting it? Skeletal Swarming sucks. It is so bad. If this were like any kind of a reasonable card, our matchups would be so easy. I don't mind mono green matchup. I think I'm 2-2 anyway. But can we just go first? If we're gonna play it, can we go first? That's all I would like. All right, we're on the draw again, and this isn't mono green, so maybe we'll have a different play experience. What do you guys think? Would you sign the petition? Aggro decks should never go first. Should be the cost of playing such a stupid deck. It's just the fact, being that aggressive, man. Just being out for blood at all times. You shouldn't get to go first. Pay the price. Let's go ahead and drop an expert here. It looks like we get to play against control, which I love to see what the Skeletal Swarming can do against control. Oh, nice. Mordenkainen. That's my Mordenkainen. If they hadn't fetched the Sciences, I'd be worried about them countering Deadly Dispute, but when they fetch Sciences, it usually means they're going to cast it. Double red. Okay, they have Goldspan Dragon, probably. I don't know what else you'd even want double red for here. Beatdowns. So I'm going to sack the Expert because I want this to block the dragon when the time comes. So far we look like mono black. Let's keep up the charade. Do we play this Expert here? I think we play Swarming next turn if they tap out. I think that's the plan. So we'll end the turn. Grixis, they probably don't have a way to get rid of it. If they're playing the Croakies list, they might have Containment Breach in the sideboard and a treasure to go get it. Well, unfortunately, we don't get to drop Swarming here. I think we do have to kill this Galazeth. It gets out of hand. Man, on the draw, it is so hard to play this card. Even with Treasure Ramp, you're so behind. It's driving me crazy. A card that's only good on offense is not much of a card in Magic. Especially when it costs 5 mana. Unless you count Goldspan Dragon. That card somehow, the way that generates mana makes that okay. Because it's really more like a 3-drop. Alright, what do we fetch? I think I'll just make sure that the land keeps coming. No. Ending will do that, I think. Alright. Threats? Nah, get the sciences. Early in the game, your first lesson should probably be environmental sciences unless you find a really good reason not to. Trying to decide if I just want blood on the snow here. Another binding gets us more mana, does hit what we need to hit, but then they just power up all the storm giants and ouch. I guess we can also play the expert this turn. This is actually tough. If we're gonna get something countered, let's let it be the binding. Not the blood on the snow. Alright, they don't appear to have a counter. Let's drop the expert, so we have a chumper for the hall, if they decide to power it up. And keep attacking that hand of yours. Soul Shatter, cool. Definitely not a terrible card. Against us, it's not the best, but it does get lull. Wow, you cracked those treasures to slam an Epiphany, huh? Well, that's somebody who doesn't have much going on. Did that turn feel good? I don't think the future ones are going to be as nice for you. Alright, it leaves 4 if we power up Haven, so I don't think we want to do that. Do you think they have a negate? Only one way to find out. Resolves. It's probably not going anywhere. I mean, unless they divide it by 0. You got divide by 0? Okay. I'm going to put them on another Soul Shatter. They did make their decision about discarding this Soul Shatter pretty quick. Seems like the play of somebody who has 2. These Havens are going to be awesome. And the 1/1 skeletons are going to protect them from Soul Shatter. Alright, aggression. Peace was never an option. And we foretell probably an all-runs Epiphany. Well, we have to attack, then we're going to blood on the snow. Do I want to blow up this Eye Twitch? Kind of do, to be honest. We're going to get their last card by bringing back an Acquisitions Expert. Yeah, they'll kill my Eye Twitch. They'll find a way. Life finds a way to make sure that Eye Twitches die. Alright, birds, come at me. I think we can just kill them next turn with Havens. Powering these up. The Havens get a boost, these get a boost because it's for all skeletons you control. These are all creature types. Alright. Behold the Multiverse, maybe? This is where we test your metal. Boom! Flex on them. 7/3 Haven. Still the best card in this format. Faceless frickin' Haven. Wow. Wow! That's where Skeletal Swarming is a house. And we are back for the post-game wrap-up, and let's check the stats powered by Untap.gg. the companion app that there is a link to in the description. If you use it, it does support the channel. So thank you to everybody who's downloaded and tried this out. So overall, the deck is 12-4. That is a combination of ranked matches and play queue matches. And the session from today, I think, is extremely telling because we went 5-3, which is pretty good. We have a 63% win rate. We were on the draw 6 times and on the play twice, which is a severe disadvantage, especially when you have a card like Skeletal Swarming in your deck, which if you watch the games, just a lot of times you can't play it if you're on the draw. There's just no time to. You can't do it. You lose. You lose good Dacer. So that was a huge problem. But also, like, we played mono green 5 times. 5 times. And as repetitive and annoying as that can be, the deck is a good litmus test for the format. If you have a weakness or a bad card in your deck, it will punish you, and it will help you identify those weaknesses. Again and again, we were holding the card Skeletal Swarming, and playing it would do actually nothing. Like, playing it was such a bad idea that I just don't see how anybody. Okay, let me back up there. I can see how this card is fun. I can see why it seems cool. I definitely had a few good times at various points in making this video. I don't deny it. And in the play queue, I was 3-0 with this deck and pretty much smashed everything, and it was very fun. In Mythic Ranked, when I have a card in my deck that I call fun, but I know it's losing me games, I can't play it. I have zero, like, it ruins everything about the video for me. It ruins everything about the game and everything about the content every time I look at the card and say, why is this in my deck? That's why I don't play decks that people send me. That's why I don't want to see people's deck lists, even though they keep emailing them to my business email. You guys, you're a little relentless, kind of like these skeletons, and about as much tact. I'll say that too. But that's why I don't want other people's deck lists. That's why I want to build my own decks and play cards that I know are good. So if you like Skeletal Swarming, this is a good build. It did win 60%. It won even more in the play queue. You'll probably win games. And when you win games with Skeletal Swarming, you will feel good. I can't ever play this card again. I want a refund. Like, I just want to throw this away. And when I open some in the packs of Adventures of the Forgotten Realms that are coming, I will just shred them. Because that's how much I despise cards that are fun sometimes and just lose you the game most of the time. So, or even like not most of the time, even like a good amount of the time. Basically, on the draw, taking a beating, should be any other card. Anyway, I hope that gives some people some insight to me. I feel like there's a lot of people who watch my videos, and this is on me too, because I keep most things about me to myself and pretty much focus on the gameplay all the time. But I feel like people don't understand me when they send me the deck list that they send me. And trust me, it's hundreds of decks a week. If I told you guys about my email, like if I just went through it, it's hundreds and hundreds of decks every week full of cards I never want to play. So I appreciate your enthusiasm. I don't want your deck lists. I really don't. I know. I hope that doesn't make me a terrible person, but maybe you understand me a little bit better if you stayed till the end. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.